Hey guys, I'm Elizabeth Newsom and welcome to my BookTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about my favorite and least favorite parts of publishing books. So by publishing, of course, I don't just mean writing, I mean the whole shebang, the whole process of writing the book and getting it out there. Because as a lot of you probably know, I'm an indie author, so the writing is not only on me, but so is the publishing, marketing, everything else. And I can choose to outsource those things if I want to, but all of those things cost money. So I do a lot of it myself, and there are definitely parts I like and parts I don't like. One of the things I like is how I have this polished product at the end of my rewrite. And it's just really gratifying to put that much work into the rewrite because, hint hint, the rewrite and writing the first draft are some of my least favorite parts. But then just to get to the end of that rewrite and to just realize, hey, I did good. This is a significant improvement from the first draft and I have a product to be proud of here. With that said, I'm not a huge fan sometimes of the actual writing, but one of my least favorite parts of the publishing process is just that daily word grind. It's so time consuming, and right now it's taking anywhere from an hour and 15 minutes to 2 hours a day. So on top of school, which is 15 credit hours for me, and then work, which is 12 hours a week, so not terrible, but still, like, all together, plus the freelance photography I'm trying to do, plus YouTube, it's a lot sometimes. So yeah, daily word grind. Just like churning out those words even when I don't feel like it, even when I'm not inspired. It's hard. One thing I love about publishing though is working with my artists. I have some fantastic artists. My cover artist is Akifa, and you can look her up, I believe, on Facebook as Solidarity Graphics. But she designs my covers, this cover, and of course my new cover, which looks super amazing. And then I have my little sister Anne-Marie who does some of the interior design. She did this world map and this Octavian map. And then she also designed these scene breaks. This right here. So I don't know if you can tell, but this compass rose mirrors the compass rose you see on this circlet here. And she drew a crazy epic map for my latest book. It just looks super cool. It's ridiculous. But I love working with my artists and kind of just going back and forth as far as what I want and what I want it to look like, and just seeing them somehow take the things out of my imagination and manifesting them into reality and creating these amazing covers and amazing maps from them. Another one of my least favorite parts is the interior formatting. So the interior formatting is just like this stuff, you know? The font and the spacing and which side of the page my name goes on. So for the most part, it's really not that bad because I have a program called Vellum that I use to do it. But Vellum has some of its own flaws. It's gotten a lot better though. They had some updates. So one of the flaws was with maps, you could not do an image that was full bleed, and you could not have it span 2 pages. So I'd have to do, I'd have to go on my own into Adobe Acrobat and then put the maps in and make sure they were both at the same level. So I'd count like 11 pixels from the top on one page and 11 pixels from the top on the other page to make sure they would both, that this was like even. And so this doesn't look like a lot of work. It was so much work. Thankfully, Vellum has fixed that, and they now allow images that are full bleed and span 2 pages, which is amazing. However, one of the things they have not fixed is concerning the scene break. For my initial copies, I don't have any of those copies now, but for the first few copies, I printed this little compass rose. Was actually so small you couldn't see it at all. It was just kind of an indistinct gray blur, and there's no way to change the size of the ornamental scene breaks. So what I had to do to get this to work was I had to replace all of my scene breaks, which I use as hashtags in my manuscript. I had to replace them with the word QWERTY, and then that way Vellum wouldn't automatically replace it with its own scene break. And then I'd upload it to Adobe and I'd search for QWERTY, and then I would just literally paste this image here, and it's approximately centered and stuff, but not perfectly. I didn't count the pixels like I did for the maps because, you know, the scene breaks aren't right next to each other, so you really can't tell if they're not all perfectly aligned in the same place. They're all the same size though, because I just had to copy and paste the image. But yeah, my last novel that I did had 52 of those scene breaks, and it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like this one. Like I said, this one just with the maps was a crap ton of work. It wasn't terrible, but it was still, you know, copy and paste 52 images and then go through all of them, make sure I didn't skip any, make sure they're all aligned just so. But another thing I love about publishing is my beta readers and proofreaders. I have such a solid group of people and they're so encouraging, and on my Facebook group they like to post their favorite quotes and favorite parts of the novel, and it just really encourages me to be better as an author, and I love their support so much. It's just so deeply appreciated, and it means a lot to just have them on my team helping me with this. I'd say as a writer, the biggest drawback to publishing my own books, the biggest thing I struggle with is my own insecurities. Because that's what really makes writing hard, is when I second guess myself and what I'm supposed to be doing. And when I feel like I'm not a very good writer, it just makes the whole process a lot harder. With that said, my favorite part of publishing is, of course, getting the whole novel, the whole package with the artwork that I went back and forth on with my artists, with the maps I spent hours aligning and the interior formatting I worked on, and just the whole story that I spent so much time writing and rewriting and rewriting and rewriting and just searching for typos, reading the whole thing aloud for typos, which takes forever and it makes my voice super tired. But I've just put so much work into this, and the back cover blurb, and, you know, asking people for these endorsements, and just to see it all come together. It's like the manifestation of my dreams, and that is a very rewarding part of publishing. So there you guys have some of my favorite and least favorite parts of publishing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe, because I post one video a week about books, writing, life, who knows. And as always, I'd love to hear from you guys. In the comments, let me know if you're an indie author, and if so, what are your favorite and least favorite parts of publishing? If you're not an indie author and you haven't been through this publishing experience on your own, what are some aspects of it that you think that you'd like or dislike? So let me know down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!